Welcome back. We're making a classic steak sandwich today. We got steak, we got caramelized onions, we got a gigantic fucking cheese pour that's gonna blanket this entire thing in a nice coated, warm hug of cheese. So get excited, I am, and let's dig in. To start, we're gonna make some caramelized onions. These are gonna caramelize for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we're using 5 onions for 2 steak sandwiches. If you're just doing it yourself, just do 2 onions and you'll be good. That'll be enough for 1 sandwich, but at least 2. You'll be surprised at how little this turns into once we've deeply caramelized them with all of our ingredients. Lube up your pan, some olive oil. We got some butter. Melt that down with your oil. Onions are going in. Oh yeah. Big pinch of salt. Fresh cracked pepper! All right, mix these up a little bit. Get that fat nicely dispersed around throughout the onions. And then we just let these sit. All right, those chill for like an hour. And every so often mix them around. And then we're gonna add some wine and Worcestershire sauce later and everyone's happy. Okay, see you guys in a bit. All right, our onions are caramelizing and it's time for some sauce. Start with some chives. Into your bowl. Big fucking glob of mayonnaise, look at that. Some nice prepared horseradish, about that much. Hefty pinch of salt. Fresh cracked pepper, of course. And then an actual shot glass of Worcestershire sauce. Our favorite, let's mix that up. Look at that. Oh, it's a beauty though. And that horseradish is gonna give our steak sandwich just the perfect amount of spice and a little kick to your nose. Yeah, that's good, moving on. These have started to caramelize, as you can tell. They're nice and translucent. The house smells fucking incredible. So we're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. Just a glug of that, big fucking glug. And that's gonna speed up that caramelization process because there's some nice sugars in there. These are looking good. So we're gonna get some fucking red wine. I don't know what to get. Just pick your favorite red wine. If it's shitty wine, it's gonna be shitty onions though. So don't get shitty wine, maybe a half cup of that. And let that simmer and cook all the way down. We got our onions moving right along in the background now, so we're gonna season up our steaks ahead of time. We have 2 bone-in ribeyes, so just a hefty amount of salt on each of your steaks, both sides. And we'll do pepper at the end so we don't burn it. And there you go, let those chill the fuck out, all right, for like an hour. All right, we've made it to the finish line with these onions. They're nice and glossy and beautiful. This is why you take your time. Okay. Perfectly glossy, buttery onions. Fuck me up, these are good. I'm looking forward to eating those in a second, but now it's on to the steak. Let's do this. Aromatics for your steak. Thyme, rosemary, and garlic. And we're just gonna cut this bulb of garlic in half. Oh yeah. Then you just put this in the pan and baste your steak. It's like herby, garlicky, butter, infused goodness all over everything. And then you drink it afterward and gain 80 pounds. Okay, let's go cook a steak. So my secret that I like to use for getting a good steak is using a absolute shitload of oil. Fill the entire bottom of your pan up with like a high smoke point oil and basically shallow fry your steak. That'll create the best crust you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'll just show you right now to prove it. All right, so get as much surface contact as you can. Press your steak down and just let that shit cook. About 3 minutes per side-ish, and you'll be good. When your steak has formed the perfect crust, that's kind of like a natural timer of when to flip it. We're gonna pour this fat out into a little bowl over here. This is gonna make a noise. Whee! Other side. Whole stick of butter is going in. Oh yeah, melt that down. Look what we got here. Holy shit, that's a lot of aromatics. Okay, thyme and rosemary and your garlic that you cut in half. Lay that flat side down. Get some base going. Steak is done. Oh my God. You can take your aromatics and just pour them over. And we're gonna let this rest for like 10 minutes. All right, steak's done. So let's go melt cheese in a pan. We got Swiss cheese for this. Just put some oil in a pan, put cheese in a pan. So just until it's melted all the way through. Don't let it like fry onto the bottom of the pan. All right, it's fucking show time. We have our steak here, guys. And we're about to find out if I fucked it up or made the perfect steak. Okay, so we've achieved a perfect medium rare. And I know I shouldn't be like giggly and all giddy like a schoolgirl about it, but it fucking fires me up, all right? Every single time, I don't know why. Just seeing that you've achieved something that you pictured in your brain before you did it, and then you do it, it fills you up with joy. All right, let's build our fucking sandwich. First up, our sauce. Some greens, a little bit of arugula here, and we're gonna dress that up nicely. We got my boy Laurent, the king. His olive oil. This is the best olive oil I've ever had. Laurent, my boy, shout out to you. Dress that with some olive oil. Oh, that's good. A little bit of this balsamic glaze. Pinch of salt. Fresh cracked pep. And then our fucking steak. Oh, it's beautiful. Just a mountain of onions. We got our cheese. Oh yeah. Top it off with our sauce bun. Oh, that's a fucking beauty. The perfect fucking steak sandwich has arrived. Holy shit. You gotta get the cross section. Okay. Oh, we fucking did it. Here's our sandwich. That cheese pour was wild. Made me feel some type of way. I'm gonna take a bite now, guys. Here we go. All right. My goodness gracious, that's good. Holy hell. I mean, that's a perfect steak sandwich. Cheese pour was a little extra, I'll admit. We didn't necessarily need to do that, but it is kind of the perfect way to melt some cheese on some steak without overcooking your shit in the oven or broiling it or doing it all that craziness that you don't need to be doing. All right, melt it in a pan, pour it on your sandwich, and call it a fucking day. That's your ribeye steak sandwich. Jim, unfortunately, is not with us today. He's not dead though. He's just not in this same city as we are. Through the power of Apple technology, we're gonna FaceTime Jim in. Oh, Jim, you're live.
We're live.
You're live. Here's Jim, guys. He's back. Hey, Jim, without tasting it, you're gonna have to rate this sandwich on a scale of 1 to 10.
All right, let me sit down for this. Oh my God, it looks delicious.
So what we have here,
that's how we like them.
yeah, on the bottom we have a nice horseradish chive mayo, and then we have some arugula with some balsamic glaze and olive oil and salt and pepper. And then we have a ribeye steak, which I've cooked to perfection, medium rare, caramelized onions, and then a cheese pour of Swiss cheese on top of that.
Oh, like a melted down cheese sauce?
Exactly, he knows what the fuck we're talking about. He's never even seen me do that. We've never even done that, he knows. That's my boy. What do you think, good or bad?
I think it looks fucking delicious. I wish I could put it in my mouth right now.
All right, well, you heard it from the man himself. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but Jim, this bite's for you.
Take it for me.
He gave it an 8.5, but I think that's because he's not here and can't eat it. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Yeah. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.